And exciting show for you today with very amazing topics and items. We will start with the Etmem magazine. It's a magazine produced by students, for students, and then we will come back to Sura Mem. That's the Studentenraad of Stenden University for Mem students, and we will talk about how can they help in solving problems. And then we'll get a bit fancy and talking about award shows, the Oscar Award 2012, the dresses of the ceremony, what were the celebrities wearing and not, and what they should have worn. And then we'll come back to Stenden University. We'll talk about the improvements of the Stenden University and the internationalization. And then we'll go to a topic, we'll go back to Facebook, and we'll talk about the new profile design, Facebook timeline, and then talk about the Music Award, the Grammys 2012. There's also an announcement I would like to make to you. It's about the survey you have to fill in. It's on nse.nl. You should do it if you want to help the Stenden University to help and improve in the future. So go to nse.nl. I already did it, so do that too. It's very helpful for the Stenden University. So we will start our show with the first item. It's about the Etmem magazine.
In here, the first-year students have to learn how 4 different media sectors work: the print sector, the audiovisual sector, the music sector, and the new media sector. For the print sector, the students have to write different articles for the Etmem magazine, such as reviews, a cover story, or 2 free story articles. Each of the print sector group has a third-year student, which is a manager of the group. Can you tell us how was the print sector for you in the first year?
Well, it was very similar to what it's like now, and I liked it. But at first I was like, well, I don't know what to expect from it, but doing it, I experienced it was a lot of fun.
And can you give us some details about what the students have to do for the Etmem?
Well, each group of students every 2 weeks gets a few rubrics to write about, and they make up subjects for the articles. The last 2 weeks we were working on articles on the Elfstedentocht, and these 2 weeks we are working on the subject the Oscars. The groups get several rubrics to write about, make a cover story and a freestyle story, so they can choose whatever they want to write about. After 4 weeks, the print managers and Marijke, who is the print coach, will choose the best articles to be printed in the Etmem.
And can you tell us about the different roles for the Etmem magazine?
You can be an editor. That means you have to write and interview people. You have to write the articles. And you can be a layout editor. That means putting the articles in the concept of the Etmem and giving it nice colors and putting pictures everywhere. Just making it have a nice appearance. And then there's also the photographer who makes the shots for pretty pages in the Etmem.
Can you tell us what you have to do in the print sector?
I'm working together with a student for the layout. We're layout editors, and we're making the design of our articles. In the beginning you get a lecture on how it works, and if you have any questions left or something, there are also always teachers walking around who know how it works. So.
And we are back. It's a very nice magazine. I can't even stop reading it. And I have a guest. It's Marijke Schalenberg. Welcome to our show. It's very nice to have you here. You are one of the tutors in the print sector. And can you tell us something about Etmem magazine?
Well, you all know it was just in the little instruction movie here. There is a kind of battle between all the groups, who has the most nice content, the strongest pictures, the most remarkable pictures in it, and a good layout. So there are 3 difficulties where they have to deal with.
So there is an immense competition going on, right? So what do I have to do if I want my article to be published at Etmem magazine?
First, you have to choose a very exciting topic. And I had some topics in front for all the groups, the Elfstedentocht, the Oscars, just as was told. Yes. But there also are students who have great ideas. They went to the Leeuwarden Courant here in town, and they had an interview with a professional movie reviewer. And well, that was a nice topic also.
Oh, nice. Can you tell us something how it actually works in detail? Like who's working together? You also have 2 teams, right, in the morning and the afternoon. What do you actually tell them when you go and present a lecture to them? What do I have to maybe be careful of when they write an article?
No, I always tell them, be careful with the length of the articles, because when you are very exciting about a topic, then you write very quick, and then you have stories who are too long. So that's
So I'm
always
already-
a difficulty also.
So I'm already looking forward to the next
Yeah,
issue.
number 5.
Yeah, can you give me a little hint what the cover story is going
Now
to
we
be
are
about?
going to choose the topics, I think next Monday with the managers, Alisa also.
Yes.
And I have great stories about Radio 538 from a Dutch radio station. They have an action for War Child, so I think it's very interesting. What I told you also, the film reviewer from the Leeuwarden Courant here in town. I have nice freestyle articles about a student from South Africa, about a songwriter from Munich. So we have nice topics.
Oh, nice. I'm still looking forward to it. And I know that it's a very interesting magazine. I can't stop reading it. Every time when I finish one, I'm like, oh, I have to wait like 2 months again to get the next one.
Yeah, now that's what we want. Eh?
So you have already a good and reliable reader. So I'm looking forward. And
Okay,
thank you very
thank
much,
you.
Marika, for joining our show. It was nice
Well
to
done.
have you here. I wish you good luck with the Atman magazine. And if you have the first issue, just let me know.
Okay.
So, and now we are moving on to the next item about the Stura Mem. Let's see what we've got.
Do you have any complaints regarding the studies?
Yes, I have some complaints, like teachers are not always on time, and sometimes the English on the model book is not good enough for us, for the students.
Module book.
Study is very unorganized.
So the lectures are sometimes on a really low level.
What I'm missing most, I think, is appropriate feedback for the module assignments.
But yeah, besides that, I'm fine.
English in the module book. We have a word for it, Stinglish.
Sometimes I feel like I don't really understand the task because I feel like it's just translated with Google Translator.
I have the same complaint actually. The English is not really like high level.
The organization could be better.
Only that the organization could be a bit better.
I noticed that there are some miscommunications between the tutors and that always results in problems.
There have to be more cooperation between the tutors from PBL.
I would wish to have more feedback on the things we actually do.
I don't know. But actually I don't like it here. Yeah?
You don't like it here?
I don't.
Welcome, Stura members.
Hi.
Welcome to this meeting. Today we will talk about how this module.
In today's Stura meeting, the members responsible for promoting the Studentenraad discuss about ways to efficiently make the Stura more popular for students. If you are not familiar with the term Stura, there is one for each study. So, you don't necessarily have to be a MEM student if you want to contact the Stura for study issues you might have.
We see that students have some problems and they don't know who to talk to, but there's a Stura and we have a member of the Stura over here as our guest. Madeleine, I would like to welcome to our guest. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Yeah.
Nice. We just had a nice item about the Stura. So could you tell us something about the Stura? What do you do, and do you actually agree with that what was shown in the item?
Yeah, I thought the item was very good.
Yes.
It's exactly what the group of Stura members is trying to represent. So all these complaints that you heard, we would really like to listen to them from each year, and we take them in account, and then we talk about them with the dean of the MEM, and sometimes something gets done about it.
So you more or less have the role of communicating
Exactly.
these problems to the upper departments of the Stenden to make improvements in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
So what kind of drastic changes did you already achieve in the past, and what would you like to do in the future?
Yeah, well, what was in the item was about the English, that, for example, tutors are not speaking English properly, or the module book is not in proper English. This is something that we discussed before, and I know that they're trying to find a solution by, for example, sending tutors or exactly to an English course. Yeah. So that's something that we got done,
Yeah.
and it's really really important for students to know this, that if they have complaints, then they can contact us or even become a member.
But you need like members to do that, and maybe we could also use that magazine to have like a Stura Mem article, right, Marijke, so they can get more public and
more
famous for
feeling with it. That's why we have this rubric.
Because when I think of the Stura, I just know the one for international tourism management, who also do the winter ball. But I will help you with that, and we will find more members. But you should also make use of Facebook, because you should also make your advertisements there. And talking about Facebook, we have a nice item upcoming waiting for you. It's a Facebook timeline. I'm pretty sure that you already got confronted with it, so let's see what the item got for us.
Today we will talk about the new Facebook timeline, which splits the Facebook community into two parties. With the new Facebook timeline, you have the possibility to follow somebody's life from the day they were born, of the first girl or boyfriend, until the birth of their children. Now I will interview a few students about the new settings, and I will find out what they think about it. Hey, so now I'm talking to Anne. She's also using Facebook, and now I will find out if she also uses the timeline. Anne, do you use the timeline?
No.
And why don't you use it?
Because I don't like it. I'm afraid that if I switch over to timeline, there's too much information about me on Facebook, which I would not approve.
Now interview some people, some like random people. So let's go through the floor, and there's the first person. Hello.
I really have a group.
You have to make an interview with me about the Facebook timeline.
Facebook timeline?
Yeah.
I don't use it. It's a new one, right?
Yeah. Why don't you use it?
I don't know. I like the old one.
There are some people. Now I'm talking with Fame about the Facebook timeline. I think he used it for a longer time. So how long do you use it?
I use it since 4 months now. I have it since after the F8 conference where Mark Zuckerberg announced it, because you can get it as a Facebook developer, which I am.
You are a Facebook developer. Why do you call yourself a Facebook developer?
Oh, you can just become a Facebook developer to try new things, and I like to try new things. That's why I tried the timeline as well.
Okay, and what do you like about the Facebook timeline, because you use it since 4 months?
I like the overview you have, because you can see all your actions from